here we go. We're off on the, as you can see, all right, I'm gonna be back in, I'm back here a week later after playing Banjo-Kazooie, and we're gonna continue the game again. But first, you'll notice something is kind of different here. Specifically to the right of the, specifically with the chat box on the right. Right, because you can see, hang on. As you can see, I have a brand new chat box. And not only that, but look what else I've set up. Yep. So like, I don't know why I didn't do this with the last stream, but I've like dropped OBS Studio and I've switched and I'm moved on over to something called Streamlabs OBS, which is basically it's like basically like some sort of like modified version of OBS, so that it does like with many more features, including like better Twitch integration, which allows me to do things like chat stuff. Going call some. Oh my goodness, going some call me Charagios. But yeah, I now have a much better chat interface on the actual stream now, as well as now having some actual notifications that go off. That go off as I go along with all of this. Plus, so yeah, I don't know why I didn't do this sooner with the last week's stream, but well, here I am. Here we are now with improved things. So also, I just noticed I got two followers while I was off stream. Plus, during the time I was streaming the first part. So, and not to mention, I can repeat these alerts on right here on the stream. So I'm gonna repeat these names here just to say hi to these guys and give them a big thank you to Sun Gaming YT and oh no, and Neko JJ345. Thank you to both of you. Anyway, all said and done. Whoa! I guess these notifications do stack and delay and all that. Anyway, let's get ourselves started. Alright, you've all seen the intro in the last stream, so here we are. This is the Xbox 360 version, like last time. Or that like HD upgrade. And here we are. Here's a file from last time, which ended us at like 3 hours in, 66 jiggies, and 600 notes. The adventure continues again. The beast file. Oh yeah, I just noticed that. Oh boy. Anyway, do you guys want to mind telling me how to how like the performances on the how if there's any like audio desyncs or anything, or if anything's on point? Feel free to let me know. Alright, so remember from last time we no audio skips. Good. Excellent. So if you remember from last time, we can activate these warp cauldrons to just go to take shortcuts throughout the layer. To where we last left off. Alright. Last we left off, we completed Gobi's Valley. So therefore, and the next world to come after that is Mad Monster Mansion. We did see the mansion last time when I opened up Gobi's Valley, but we couldn't go into it. What we need to do is to go through this note door here. And we move on to this room. Alright, this room's quite tall. And there's ledges up there we can't get to yet, so... So yeah, this is my first time using Streamlabs OBS instead of OBS Studio, so... And I'm still trying to get to the grips of things, but already there's a whole lot more features here. And for me to tinker with, including all these live notifications. So anyway, have yourself a good Streamlabs, not laps. So anyway, we swim up for air. Let's have a look for anything I can pick up. Ah, we're good. There we go. Okay, jump from here. Alright, here we are. Press there to complete this. Here we go. Mad Monster Mansion. Get this. And now we swim all the way down here. Alright, so I chose to hold off the remaining 3 worlds for this streams because being late game worlds, these worlds are going to start lasting a long while, especially Click Clock Wood. Plus it helps get my energy. It makes sure I'm not feeling burnt out by the end. I can use Streamlabs for many things, like from what Ultimate Mentality is in her streams, the doubloon system. Ooh, nice. I've been looking at like the edit, like the scene editor, and there's all sorts of things like I could now add in like a little basket for any bits. Which I wouldn't mind people giving me bits. Okay, so in we go here. You know, funny. Anyway, funny story is like being Halloween horror themed and all that. This whole room being horror themed and all. I don't know why, but I kind of thought when I was little and I thought I hadn't opened Mad Monster Mansion yet. I thought this is where Grunty would be, because I mean she is a witch. It's appropriate. All right. Before we go into the actual world itself, we talk to Brentilda. Let's see. There's only like 3 of Brentilda locations left in this game, including this one. So let's see what she has to tell us. Okay, a shrunken head. And she cuddles a huge sweaty baboon. She's really proud for her broomstick is the top of the range, Rough Rider deluxe. Oh yes, the teddy. You know what? This could be like the teddy bear's funeral. Yeah, it's a really dark thing for me to say. The teddy bear's funeral. That's very dark for me to say. Alright, before we need to go in this world, bust this gate down first. Because you'll need to come here later on. I'm so sorry. Anyway, here we are. Yeah, it is dark. Anyway, here we are, Mad Monster Mansion. Bust this door down and... Yeah, I mean, Halloween came early this year. Way early. Also, we have a sleeping ghost here. Who woken up while he's Yeah, the floorboards are super creaky. And while he's awake, we can't take his prize. So we'll need to find another way of coming around here. First, let's look in here. Ouch. So yeah, we had a similar enemy in Kobe's Valley, the Mum-Mums. Here are the... oops, I burned myself. Here are the Limbos. Basically like dry bones. He'll just come back up when you knock him down, but a Wonder Wing will kill him permanently. And yes, portrait chompers. Basically the grill chompers from Clanker's Cavern, except they're skeletal and they come out of paintings. They do double damage, so be careful. Oh wait, hang on a minute. Look at this portrait here. This is Captain Black Eye. I mentioned this last stream, but he was going to be the original antagonist of Project Dream. So Rare put a portrait for him here, and made him make a physical appearance in Banjo-Kazooie. Anyway, into the cellar we go. Alright, let's get rid of you. Okay, we have 8 barrels here. All with 1881 printed on them. This one contains nothing. This one, purple ginger. This one has a golden feather. Now this one is normally boarded up, but through the power of stop and swap, we can go inside. And we can get one of the 4 eggs that was one of the 4 other stop and swap eggs. The cyan egg. And this is the last one we'll be getting, which is in its own confined space. Please mind you. Would you consider Sea of Thieves as to what would be like? I suppose so. But I haven't seen much of. I know it exists. I know of Sea of Thieves, but I've not looked into much of it myself. And yeah, Rare does have its thing for pirates. And there's a Jiggy. We also picked up a Mumbo token, which brings us to 25. Yeah, pirate themes are pretty cool. no, let's go into the let's go down this way first. Because there's quite a few things to find here. And we go up here. Okay, we need to be quick with this one. This will open the church, but 14 seconds to get in there. And we did it! Welcome to the church, which is actually incredibly massive when the outside of it is very small, pretty small. Treasures, oceans. Go away. Crocodiles, monkeys, pirate ships, islands, swords, guns, and bears. There we go. Yeah, you could also add in breagles and witches into that mix. This is Mott's hand. A ghostly hand. Follow him on the keys. Okay, we need to copy his like keystrokes exactly. Alright, now here's the thing regarding this version of Banjo-Kazooie. In the original N64 version, each of these keys play a different on the organ play a different note, like which from what I think I remember hearing in this like AGDQ stream, which where Grant Kirkhope was in the call. This was like it getting all the keys to make different sounds. So, well, I think that was apparently quite a big challenge for him. But he pulled it up. But he pulled it off. In this version, however, all the keys make the same noise, play the same note. Yep, this is like, despite the this is like another one of the discrepancies regarding the porting process of this game. But again, it's just basically like nitpicking. There we go. Music skills, mighty one. So take this golden piece of mine. We've amazed Mott's hand. We get ourselves another Jiggy. Good thing. Well, the got a fly pad here, so... Go on! Right. Ouch. Oh, might as well just land. Up. And we just found this. This is why I wanted to save that Freeze Easy Peak Jiggy earlier. Ouch. And now we're completely done with the inside of this church. Excuse me a minute. Actually, okay. Alright, here we are, let's feed these. Oh, here's another interesting thing here.
Thank you.
Grant went through so many takes of that, of trying to get the flower pots to say thank you in a creepy voice. Because, like, many other takes would, sound too much like the pots are saying, like the flower pots are saying fuck you. Fuck you. I got plenty of eggs to spare. Yeah, Jiggy. Alright, one of the stained glass windows has Banjo-Kazooie on it. You can actually go through it. Yes, these do double damage. Basically, the whole point of this room is simply just a little bonus room. So yeah, that's kind of just like a little bonus room, just to get some an extra life and refill your supplies. Takes this Jiggy from making the flower say thank you. Thank you. Oops. Oh no. Here. we go. Chiggy number 4. Well, probably didn't tell on Nintendo, but Grant was saying the F word. Yeah. Because of the like the pronunciations in the British language. Okay, here we are. Greetings, O Solid One. I'm Tumblr the Mighty. So basically, we need to go across this Ouija board on Tumblr the Mighty. There's a little bit. Oops! Don't touch the grunty tiles because they will hurt you. There you go. Here's a little bit of trivia, because like when I was making my Tumblr page, I was like making the banner for it for my own like Tumblr page. I actually named the banner file after Tumblr the Mighty, because I named it Tumblr the Mighty. And there we go. Puzzle solved. Oh, he's Scottish? I don't know. Here we go. Also, another thing I know about Grant is that, like, if people alert him that they're streaming Banjo, I know he'll give the stream a retweet. Need to give it some love. Oh boy, I'm gonna slide off. So yeah, because I know he also, like, if you notify him of streams regarding Banjo-Kazooie, he usually retweets those. Just to give the stream some recognition. What's here? I'm gonna come back for these notes later on because with the swimming controls, it's kind of risky to get through here without getting hit. Like I've gotten this before, been down there before, that way before. So in here is floorboards. And we can't get to this. We'll have to come back for this one later. another thing I wanted to mention this last time, but when I was streaming this last Saturday, it fell on the same day, like the 25th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I kind of like forgot to mention it. Anyway, this is normally a room we can access, but activating Stop and Swap makes this green mystery egg appear right on top of Logger the toilet. Yeah, we're too fat to go inside the toilet. Well, at least we can get this. Yep, it is now. Sonic 3 is now 25. Been around for 25 years. That also means 25 years of Knuckles the Echidna. Right, here we. Alright, bedroom. How much health do I have? I'm full health now. Get another Mama token. So we'll be needing those as many as we can, especially for the final world, which needs 25 tokens. All the notes in here. Oh, I missed. There we go. Alright. We carefully need to go across the... If we drop onto the floorboards, he wakes up. Gotcha. Yes, I'm mad! My boot out putt! At your useless smoky butt! And away he goes. Alright. We have, like, portraits of different characters here. Like, those related to Gruntilda, as well as her own tower. And also a picture of Mumbo, which, given the blurry textures of the N64 game, looked kind of terrifying. But now it's just his model sleeping on his chair. Because I remember, like, if we go into the backstory of things, like, Mumbo, to my knowledge, used to be Grunty's teacher or something. Until Grunty put a skull on his head. And I might be misremembering these things, but I think it was supposed to be established that he was like a Grunty's mentor or something. Or originally a Jinjo or something. How many jiggies we got here? 7 jiggies, 79 notes. I know what? There's Jinjos, plus there's 2. Yeah. One from Logo and another one elsewhere. There we go. There's the orange ginger. Here we go. What's down here? Okay. The merrier. Okie doke. Minutes. I know where all the other notes are. So, last thing we need to do here is go to Mumbo. Also, just to get that flavor text. Those lovely thoughts, how they've grown. Music to my ears as you moan. Just for that flavor text. First check up here, just... Golden feather, okay. Now, for 20 Mamba tokens, we become... a pumpkin! It's a very cute pumpkin too. Make good soup. Now that we are a pumpkin, we can squeeze through tight spaces like all the other transformations. And like the termites, we can't defend ourselves. Does make navigating through all of these workcrafts easier though. Oops again. Basically back to the graveyard because there's like a little hole we can go. That's a token. Now, because we're swallowing off, we're going into the toilet. Down we go. Here we are. And there's somebody flushed a Jiggy down here. I can't believe we can actually go in here. Anyway, let's get out of here. I can't believe you went in there! Now wash your hands, you filthy bear! Even Grunty is appalled that we went down a toilet. Anyway, after one shower, out we go. Alright, where else we can go? Is down here. In we go. For another Jiggy. last 5 notes. Now that. Oh, I almost forgot. I almost forgot to collect the extra honeycomb piece. Let's go back and get that. Yeah, but that, I mean, it's bad enough we got to go inside of a toilet. Was Conker's bad fur they had Conker go through an entire mountain made out of crap with a giant singing poo. And now we leave the world. Alright, this is why I told you to bust this gate down before going into Mad Monster Mansion. If this... Goddamn... Ouch! So we can go down here as a pumpkin. The organ is out of sync. Is this a glitch in the game, or is the stream glitching or something? Well, yeah, we can go inside the crypt when Mumbo is here for some reason. Yeah, it's being played. There we go. Kill you. And we have a switch inside here. This is the first water level switch, which brings the water level in this room up to level 1. But now we can't leave. Back to being a pumpkin again. And let's get out of the crypt before we're pumpkin soup. I should also mention that, like, occasionally Mumbo may do other things when you interact with him, which is like completely random events, because he can turn you into a washing machine by mistake before actually doing the transformation. Which, fun fact, you can actually become the washing machine itself through one of Bottles' one of the cheat codes from the Bottles bonus minigame. Perhaps when I finish Click Lock Wood, maybe because of all the extra time I've got for this stream, I might as well show it off. Show off Bottles bonus. Also, this bit here. Need to get across here carefully. Which doesn't help given the room is very dark. And the textures all blend in with each other. There we go. Okay, Brentilda. This time... dirty undies hanging from the ceiling. Yuck. She has an eyeball flower. And if you saw spotty purple undies. There we go. And now we just need to go in here. To find another Cheeto location. The second Cheeto location in the game. Our code today is red feathers. eyeball flower. Yes, there are eyeball flowers in Cloud Cuckoo Land. Anyway, I don't want to waste any more time just crawling across, so we're going to make some pumpkin soup. Join me now and dump the bear. That little backpack, then I'll wear. You know, that also reminds me, like one of the scrapped game concepts for Banjo was, which was, I think it was just originally going to be what eventually became Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge for the Game Boy Advance. There was originally a game for the Game Boy, a game that was initially pitched for the Game Boy Color, where the plot is that Grunty somehow comes back, she kidnaps Kazooie and brainwashes her to be her sidekick. I think Kazooie ends up turning purple from being brainwashed by Grunty. Like, there's original planning documents that you can probably find somewhere on the internet. But do check them out. Yes, I did. On this. Alright, time limited in flight path. Run. There we go. By the way, if you've entered the chat, and don't be afraid to speak as well. And we get this, the Jiggy that we could from the Witch Switch Jiggy from Freeze Easy Peak. So yeah, this is why I wanted to save this for later, because there's a fly pad up here which lets us continue flying. So we can go after the Jiggy that spawned in Grunty's eye. There we go. And now we're going to make another trip at Treasure Trove Cove. And another thing I forgot to mention regarding Mombo is sometimes when you talk to him, he may sometimes tell you that you found the hidden feature spell in which he turns you into a T-Rex to crush Grunty easily. It doesn't actually happen though, because like as soon as he hits you with the magic spell, nothing happens and the game just plays the failure sound. Then he says that the spell is too good for this game, and he'd rather save it for the next. Guess what transformation appears in the next game? There we go. Okay, our code is red feathers. Right. Here. F. E. T. H. S. We now have 100 red feathers as our maximum. With that, on we go. Let's carry on with the game. As well as I get back. Now on we go. Funnily how this room doesn't, like, all the water doesn't just flood out of this room because of that open note door. Get this Mumbo token right here. Alright. Now I do want to actually go back down this way first because there's quite a lot, something down here that a lot of players probably will kind of miss out as having no idea that they could do this. We swim back to where we found the Mad Monster Munchkin painting. Not so much painting, but more like picture. And we swim up to this. And we smash it! Yep. Lots of players do not realize this, but they can actually smash this. They can actually smash this grating, therefore creating another pathway up towards the next puzzle picture. For Rusty Bucket Bay. Oh boy, everyone's favourite world. Because it has that one thing in it. Which we'll be seeing soon. Yep. Welcome to Rusty Bucket Bay. Okay, one thing I need to stress out here. If you're playing the N64 version of this game, okay, do this part of the world first. The dreaded engine room. If you're doing the N64 version, because this is like the hardest part of the game right here, because it's over one giant bottomless pit, and if you mess up, you're going to lose all of those notes you've collected. Not so much in this version of the game, because the notes here are permanent collectibles. We also want to come here first, because we need to pound this switch. This will slow down the fans so we can actually get past them. Here. Extra honeycomb piece. Alright. Here we go. So if you drop down here, that's instant death. Again, one of like only 3 bottomless pits in the entire game. Oh, someone's streaming DKC too? Ooh. Tell them I said hi. Go. I know I'm not playing the N64 version. I'm playing the Xbox version, but I should be careful here, especially if you want to get those armor tokens. Because you don't have to get everyone on in the game, because if you just keep at it, you'll eventually get enough to get all of the combo spells. Alright, one of 2 fan switches. These will slow down the fans on the back of the ship, which contain a Jiggy. There we go. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Pound this. And the fans outside stop completely. And they're on a time limit. So we need to get out of here fast. Oh, there we go. Made us something about falling. Now back to the ship with plenty of time. Also, there's something about the water here in this world. It's very oily. Just by swimming on the surface, you'll actually lose air. And if you swim under the water itself, your air will drain twice as fast. That also makes Rusty Bucket Bay very dangerous because of the oily water. Just swimming in there makes your swimming on the surface makes your air go down, and actually being in the underwater itself makes it drain twice as fast. So you'll need to be in and out really quick. And now the fans got started back up again. Those fans are incredibly deadly because once you turn them off, you'll need to hurry and get the Jiggy, then get out fast. Because those fans are instant death. And to show I am not kidding, there you go. Instant death. The only thing in this entire game that can instantly kill you. But don't worry. But don't worry because I have because all the notes of I don't lose any of the notes I've collected here. So I still have those notes I've collected in the engine room. See? The notes are back. The notes aren't back. They're permanently mine. I think even the Gingers are permanent collectibles as well. So I don't have to go back in there for that pink purple Jinjo. Toll 2. These take a toll of 2 eggs. Which causes them to raise that a little bit. But that's not all. You can actually shoot in 4 more eggs into this to extend it out even further. Hashtag Jiggy Fool. Oh my. Right, pound this here. And there's a Jiggy here. That's Jiggy number 3. Ouch. No. Yeah, I'm being very reckless with this. Just a single bite from a grilled jumper will finish me. Ah, 3-letter max. Cheers, free. Oh! Oh, that's what I get. Just trying to rate the chat. Anyway. Anyway, oh, that was funny. There we go. Take that. Anyway, thanks for the greetings, 3-letter Max. Alright, there. Oh man, I need a Banjo needs a... Anyway, Freelance and Max is welcome to join whenever he likes. Back in again. Okay, alright. So explain what happened, MGM. Like, I stopped it to look at the chat, and I was right in the way of a grill chomper, and I died. Anyway, this dolphin, snorkel dolphin is trapped under an anchor. We're gonna let him out. Let's let him out. Alright, an interesting thing is that in this part of the level, one of the instruments in the music will change to an xylophone. Pretty interesting. Like, I didn't think that Grill Chomper would actually I didn't think the Grill Chomper's hitbox would actually get me. That's the thing. I thought I was safe. Out of here. Get the jiggy. Right, be there. Go. Okay, we need to get this Jinjo here. Snacker's back! And like, how could he survive in this oily water? He should be dead! And he's going to be dead in a minute. There we go. I'll make sure this oily water killed him. Oh yeah, there's something here. There's another one of these switches, which we've previously seen in Gobi's Valley. And this room is basically for this extra honeycomb. These are just honeycombs. I'm still kind of in hysterics over that death inside the storage room. Like, of all the deaths I've had in this game so far, that's the only one I got by accident. like the only legitimate death in this game. All the other deaths so far are all done on purpose. Oh, hello, hiya, Sun Gaming YT. Thank you very much for the for following me. Thanks. I wanted to say this to you, but thanks very much for the follow. Because like I only just found out through like installing Streamlabs OBS that you gave me a follow while I was off during like my offline. So thanks for giving me a follow, and hope you enjoyed the show. Basically, the Banjo gets munched on by Chomper's show. Yeah, might as well just let's go. It's just X. Extra X will hurt. We just let these chase us for a bit. Boom. All that's for an extra life. So yeah, for those tuning in, like I previously streamed the N64 version of Banjo-Kazooie, like about around a year and a half ago. The reason I wanted to do it over is because like back then I was streaming this directly off a PAL N64, so everything was incredibly stuttery and blurry. Not to mention the game's own frame rate issues on the N64. So I wanted to redo the game in like a higher quality higher quality output on the Xbox 360 version with a consistent frame rate. And yeah, I don't think lives are really that much of a deal in this game because like you can get because if you play well enough, you can get loads of them, which makes lives a bit of a non-issue. That's why they took them out for Banjo-Tooie. So I've previously uploaded the first part of the stream to YouTube, but I've made it a private video until I can find until I can get myself a thumbnail prepared for it, because I'm trying to look for like a version of the box art, the cover art, which doesn't have the logo, which doesn't have the game's title on it. Like I would appreciate it if somebody could help me find something like that. Oops. Oh, we can just make it. There we go. And then here we go. Alright, getting myself hurt on purpose so I can show some flavor text. Hot ovens tend to learn. a tiny grill chomper. Still deadly. Another token. Whoa! Yeah, if it has a brown mouth, it's alive. Banjo didn't have a choice then going into an oven just for that Mumbo token. Yeah, I could have just Wonder Winged it, but I just wanted to show off the flavor text. Oh yes, here we are. This is actually a map of Treasure Trove Cove. And that black X on the map is Shark Food Island, where the pink mystery egg is, and we've already collected it. Oops. Alright, this puzzle. The solution for this is actually printed on the walls in numerous places. And if we stand here, the music also changes as a xylophone version. I remember what the solution here... Alright, there's another map in that room that's also potentially... Oh yes, Alright, let's look at that map again. Alright, so there's the Treasure Trove Cove map, and there's this map right here, right? Because... Oh, what could this be? Because I know that's Treasure Trove Cove. I don't know what this one is. Anyway, because if you know what that map could be, son, feel free to share. Anyway, the solution to this puzzle is printed on the ship, but I remember it off by heart. 3, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, I'm from Diddy Kong Racing. You mean Timbers Island? Given Banjo was in that game, it could be Timbers Island. Ah, I also did a stream of Diddy Kong Racing as well, back in 2017. Again, just like with Banjo, I streamed it right off my N64. Well, all I know about Timbers Island in terms of geographical location is that it can't be too far off from Donkey Kong Island. Because Diddy was able to get to that place just fine. It didn't take him very long to actually get there. Okay, let's try this again. Not this. Ah! Bugging me backwards. That's the second time. I try to kill it, I get pushed off. Alright. Not this time! There we go. Yeah, I think this pretty much Chompers are pretty much the most probably the most enemy got hit by the most in this run. Especially here. I could make the raid hashtag out of these Chompers. Actually, since I'm up here, jumper bait sounds good. But like, there we go. There we go. This is like one of the more difficult which switches to get to, because you have to make a leap of faith in that crane. Oh, the canonical spelling for the chompers, they're not spelled with an ER, they're spelled with an A. You'll see it once we get to the end of the once we see the enemy roll call at the end of the game. Chomper food also works as well. Yep, that's how they're spelled. So something like hashtag Chomper food will do. There we go. All the gingers. Because, like, I have a Chomper bait or Chomper food. Well, we can actually go with that once we come to the end of this. Alright, there is a jiggy here. There is actually a trick we can do with this boss. you want me to do this? Do you want me to do the exploit with the boss? Shall I? Basically, well, there is a little trick we can do here. If we shoot X right now, we can actually. All right, do it. Okay. There we go. We skipped the okay, we skipped Boss Boombox's intro, and we can get the Jiggy right away. We don't have to fight this boss. But we'll kill him anyway. Wait, he doesn't split up? Wait, he didn't split up. There should be two more there should be smaller boomboxes going after me. No. Because like I usually just like leave once I got the Jiggy. Through the skip. Like he just like he didn't he didn't split up into smaller boomboxes. He just straight up disappeared entirely. I'll take that. Alright, we should anyway, there's a good chance we'll fight Boss Boombox for real later on. Boy, this is getting to be the most. I know it's the most difficult and annoying world in the game, but this is actually turning out to be the most interesting part of the whole run for me. All these silly occurrences. Oh yes, up here. In the original N64 version, there was a picture of a windmill as well as a picture of Conker's girlfriend, Berry. Or at least what she looked like before the game was retooled into Conker's Bad Fur Day. Now it's just a picture of a very sad-looking Conker. I think I know why he's sad, because the basically the slump Rare had went through during like since the Microsoft acquisition. Well, yeah, Rare teased 12 Tales Conquer 64 here before it was before the game was retooled. Ouch. Yes, he just looked into the future. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. Wait, I have to make my own game in Project Spark? So now there's like 3 more notes I need to get. Plus there's like 1 more Jiggy. And I know where they are. They're in the captain's cabin. Yeah, I remember the backlash it's got from like Conker being at the end of the trailer. I guess that sort of like disappeared or like got forgotten about or something. Here we go, the last collectibles are here. Guess I solved the last 3 notes, the last Jiggy, and the red mystery egg, which, like with the green mystery egg, just appears in the revisited normal play. And that is everything in this godforsaken world. Took us actually 35 minutes. And the last world took us half an hour. The Super Mario egg. Okay, back here we are. Over here. Bust this open to reveal Switch 2. You finally escaped. I finally escaped Rusty OP Bay. Alright, activate you. Alright, most players would activate this water level switch first before going into Rusty Bucket Bay, because raising the water level lets them go into the Rusty Bucket Bay picture room through here. But the thing is, once they do this, because once they do that, this grill down here becomes completely undestructible. If they raise the water level up, the grill that would be here becomes unbreakable permanently. So therefore, by coming here earlier before it raised the water level to level 2, I can break this. Grill and create a pathway between both picture rooms. Of course, then again, you're not going to lose out of completing the game if you don't do this. It's just something a lot of players don't realize. Nah, I imagine the boxes, if you didn't do the skip, the boxes would just split up as normal. All in this version, because, like, we might see the fight again later on. There's also one more switch up here. Okay, this raises the water level up to level 3. And this one, unlike the others, this one is timed. We need to go back in here. Also, that hourglass animation is way faster when all the sun is spilling. And up here, for the final cheetah location, and the only one which you can go in as normal Banjo-Kazooie. That traitor bug has pushed its luck. So yeah, she threatens to throw Cheeto into a fire, but that's not what she actually does. Instead, she just rips his pages out. You side with Banjo but change tack. Imagine you on Grunty's back. Again, I'm repeating this earlier. That was actually going to be the plot for a Game Boy Color game, in where Grunty would brainwash Kazooie. To get the gold feathers upgrade, so might as well just go here with this. And up ahead is the final world in the game. And the black sling. The toughest one sling. The crop. And the final Brintilda location. Let's see our final secrets. Favorite pastime is flying radio-controlled bats. her first and only boyfriend was Dirty Bertie. I think they're over like boyfriend names, and I think they're named after rare staff members. Grunty used to have a baby dragon. Because I know one of the other possible names was Greasy Grant, which we know, Grant Kirkhope. Alright, no door number 7, which needs 765. We can just go straight to the end now, but we've just got one. But this is 100%, so we've got one more wall to visit. Get this. Back here. Found this switch. And now we can actually complete this picture. We can actually go back to that piece of foreshadowing and finish the picture. Create the third warp. Right back to the picture itself. Crappy call. There was one more. I can't remember what the third one is. I think it was Sweaty Eddie. Back into Treasure Trove Cove one more time. Here we go. Like, I'm not sure. Like, you probably, if you look up Brentilda on like the Banjo-Kazooie book here, you'll probably get your answer. Okay, now for the final code. Oh, from Cheeto. Where's the G? There it is. G. O. L. D. F. E. A. T. H. E. R. S. We now have 20 gold feathers. Brag about it while you can, Grunty. Just checking the totals so far. 89 gigs. In here we go. Puzzle, which requires 15 Gs. Click, clock, wood. I remember like seeing one thing on YouTube. This game had like the original VHS promo tape. I think it was distributed by Nintendo Power in the US, which talked about this game complete with the voice of John Lovitz. Best known for being on The Critic. Oh, what did you find? Ah, you've watched it too. Nice. So here we are, Click Clock Wood, the longest world in the game because this area splits up into 4 seasons. First, we go through spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Ah, the promotional posters. The first one we can go in is spring. Alright, here we are. First we go here. And we find Naughty the Beaver, who can't get into his house because of a rock. A giant boulder. No relation to the Naughties from Donkey Kong Country. Oh, it was? Because I know there was one that was used for the, like, there was like a version of the thing without the artwork that was supposed to use for the Honest Trailers thumbnail. I wasn't sure if it was like an actual legit thing. Alright. Get rid of you. Alright, let's see if this still works. Oops. Oh, darn. Alright, I'm gonna see if this trick still works, because I know this was like an oversight that was in like early copies of it, like earlier versions of the N64 game, but was later patched out in later revisions. Like if you position yourself here, and I think if you because like it is possible to break this boulder in spring. I'm not sure if it's still possible in this version. I think it might not be. Those eggs are landing nowhere where I want them to. Yeah, they fixed it for the Xbox version, it seems. Alright, you'll check? Alrighty. In the meantime, I'll just carry on walking around and gathering things. Do a little bit of gardening while I'm at it. For some reason, eggs can grow flowers. So yeah, basically what I wanted to do with the boulder, I wanted to break it because like in some versions of the game, it's entirely possible to break the boulder in spring, which leads to some funny occurrences because this breaks the boulder for all the other seasons, including summer. But because it's open in spring, you can actually go inside and there's nothing there but a black void. For instance, they did not intend for you to be able to go inside there in spring. And if you try to go into this void, the game will just respawn you back at the game will just respawn you back in the main lobby. Ouch. Off the tree and into the brambles. Go! Have you found anything yet on the naughty boulder glitch in Xbox version? Because I got more than enough for the final transformation. It's just for the sake of collecting them. Wait to summer. Here's Nabnut the squirrel. He likes acorns. Oops, to eat a few more. Anything else in here? No, nothing else. Hey, look! It's the fabled Gent egg! Again! And this is probably the real Gint egg, which contains a baby eagle. Aww, he called me Mama. Sleep well, my baby. Oh well, how many Gint eggs are there? I think there's just like 2 in this game. The one in Bubble Gloop Swamp and Irie's egg. I'll come back for that one. So yeah, alright, this room here, you can visit this room in any of the seasons. And get the Jiggy in any get its Jiggy in any season. It's just the easiest to do in later seasons. Let's see how there's an extra life up there. Anyway, we've done most of what we can do with Banjo. Let's go pay Mumbo a visit. Oh no! Get myself some eggs. Alright, let's go for the final Mumbo trans. Oh! We got the big hidden feature spell! Yes! Here comes the big T-Rex. Nope. Change mind. T-Rex spell too good for this game. Mumbo keep for next game. Nice. Ironically enough, it's not Mumbo who gives you the T-Rex spell in the next game. Anyway, we're now with B. Oh well, the B's cool. He big. He chub. And he has unlimited flight. You can even hold X or B in the original game to fly faster. So yeah. Because we're a bee, these Venus bear traps don't care. Because we're not a bear. Because basically, true to the name, they're only interested in bears. If we're a bee, they just don't care. Yeah, there's no documentation on it, and yeah, I think they probably have fixed it because I've not been able to get it to work here. And I know they've also fixed it for later revisional releases of the N64 game. These others are guarding Nathan's golden honeybees. So yeah, we'll be coming back for this Jiggy later. I think I might have gotten, like when I originally streamed the N64 game, I think I might have gotten the washing machine to happen from Mumbo. Probably just hazy memory because it was like 2 years ago. Eating all the stuff I can from these spare traps. Oh, let's see here. Flashback to the other map in Rusty Wood. DK Isle down in the bottom left. Yeah, you know, it could very well be DK Island. Very peculiar. Here's as high as we can go. Where's that ledge again? Because there we go with the green ginger. Oh, it makes sense. Very good eye. And the highest point of the map. There's a Jiggy up here. We're going down. Yeah. Given the status with it, like, since what's happened to Rez since the GameCube area, it's only just speculation from here on out. Yep. That's all we can do in spring, so on to summer. Unfortunately, we can't be a bee here. I'm hungry now. Need 5 caterpillars. And there's also like another interesting thing is because we're now in summer where it's now hot. All of the Grubland Hoods now have taken off their shirts and wear sunglasses. I'll come up here later because there's a drought here. You look pretty strong. Can you move this boulder? There we go. Come inside and I'll give you a reward. Unfortunately, we can't. At least not yet. But yeah, this is how you're supposed to go with Naughty's boulder. You're supposed to come here in summer when you can actually bust it open. Because if we busted it open in spring instead, it would already be broken right when we come here and get its reward later on. I did that last stream where I broke the boulder earlier than intended. Also, as we can see here, this Venus Bear Trap is now sitting on the fly pad, which I don't think no matter what you can't get to it, but I'm pretty sure somebody out there might have somehow managed to clip themselves into the bear trap to be able to use the fly pad. I'm not entirely sure though. Oh boy. Like, there's also a whole bunch of interesting flavor text you can get from Naughty, depending on whether or not you smash the boulder or not. And look who's here! It's our old friend Gobi. It took me ages to find more water. This helps our plants grow. And then he falls asleep. But if you look, he's sleeping with his eyes open. He's one of those. He's one of those. He's one of those characters who sleeps with their eyes open. Another being side up. There's no reason for me to collect these Mumbo tokens anymore. Here we are. And this is why we can't be a bee. It's too hot. Oh, they finally added sleeping eyes for Gobi, right? Because Irie has sleeping eyes in this game. Ah. Oh yeah, Boggy also has, Boggy, the bad parent, also has sleeping eyes. Because he has them when he's, like, sleeping on his chair. Probably because... camera. Probably because, like, they didn't think players would actually look at his eyes while he's sleeping. Here we go. The honey bear. Here we go, time to fight the Zubbers. To defeat. This Jiggy without Wonder Wing, and I did it without Wonder Wing. Heal up. Here we go. Somebody's done some more work on this house. But plenty of the floor, all the floorboards are still missing. And up there is another Jiggy that you can actually, another Jiggy in this world that you can actually save for another season. But if you've got the guts, you can jump right across. I wonder who's building all of this anyway? Not just the houses, but also more walkways. And again, the floating without supports thing can be explained by video game logic. It just does. Anyway, Nabinus has eaten way too many of his acorns. He certainly made a problem for himself. Oh yes, of course. Grunty magic. But I seriously doubt Grunty would build all of that stuff just for Banjo. Because anything, she would just make things more difficult for him. Okie dokie. And he grows. You know, I'm kind of feel like these could just very well be worlds trapped inside her lair, because in the sequel, Boggy moves out of Freeze Easy Peak and into Hailfire Peaks. And when you meet Mrs. Boggy, she recalls Banjo and Kazooie helping out her husband in Freeze Easy Peak. Oh, what's Mumbo doing well, Mumbo in this season is trying to get a tan because it's too hot for magic. Anyway, with that should be pretty much everything in summer. So I suppose it's on to the next season. Here we are. This is where the majority of this world's notes are in this world. And now Irie needs 10 more caterpillars, and there's one right behind him. This is a very beautiful world to look at, very beautiful like rendition to look at with the sunset, with that orange red sunset, and this peaceful music. Hey, to be fair, Irie's just Irie's only a baby. He's only just growing up and learning things in the world. These leaves are smaller here than they are in summer because, you know, seasons changing and all that. And the Jiggy we got here can also be gotten here. Welcome back, Mint. We've just finished summer and we're in autumn. Alright, here we are. Oh, here you are at last. I've been waiting months to give you this. Although he has this Jiggy to give us as a reward for getting him back in his home, we're actually not going to pick it up. We're going to pick this Jiggy up later. Besides, I need to come back here again anyway. I need to come back here in winter again anyway. And the reason I'm not getting this Jiggy now because he has some unique flavor text for if you save the Jiggy for later. If you didn't break the boulder in summer, he'd still be out here, and he's saying it's a bit chilly out, and he wishes he was inside. If you come back here in winter, he's still stuck outside his house in the freezing water, and he's angry at you for it. Alright. Gobi, I'm gonna have to borrow some of your water yet again. And our flower blooms and gives us a Jiggy. And now, Gobi is off to the lava world, which we will never get to in this game. We almost could have done no, because they did have a world called Mount Fire Eyes in the game at some point or another. Unfortunately, since they had to like put the world in, we can never get to Mount Fire Eyes. So the lava world he goes to ends up being Pale Fire Peaks. And another thing regarding old prototype stuff regarding this game, to my knowledge, the Treasure Trove Cove was originally going to be called Hammerhead Beach. That's like one other prototype thing I know, but besides the Mumbo's Mountain being having a different song and tickers and all that. And another there's like a few unused songs in the game, like Mumbo's Rain Dance and a song called Advent. Hello again, Mumbo. He's too busy sweeping leaves for magic. So being a bee won't work here either. Yeah, like Regal Beach, right? Because, like, funnily enough, I know somebody like these old prototype names plus, like, some worlds. I know they were, like, actually used, like, in some fan content because, like, around the time this game came out, there was, like, a really old fan game called BKPC, which is, like, of course, like, incredibly early Games Factory jank now, because, like, it was, like, back in as far back as 1999 or 2000, because it came out, it was a really old fan game created by a guy named Youngly, who once ran a site called Youngly's Banjo-Kazooie, which has been defunct for years now. Yes, it could pretty much be the past version of, whoopsie, the past version of Treasure Trove Cove, because, you know, the game being in the past and all. Since Grunty was trying to prevent Banjo and Kazooie from meeting. But yeah, back as I was going on about a fan game called BKPC, it was like a really old fan game. And because of how old it was, being made in like the Games Factory and all, it had that like early fan game jank to it. But it did, because it was basically trying to recreate this game, but far more simpler and like fewer worlds. Like it had a level called Ticker's Field, which is based off Mumbo's Mountain, and Hammerhead Beach based off Treasure Trove Cove. It also had like a mine and Cattailed Quag based off Bullgoop Swamp. Oh yes, the music was also MIDI stuff as well, and a nice level called Icy Easy based off Freezy P. It also had like a mine level instead of Clanker's Cavern. It had a mine level based off well, nothing. It was the original thing. And there was also, not to mention, it had a space level. It didn't have any levels based off Gobi's Valley, Mad Monster Mansion, or Rusty Bucket Bay, but it did have a space level called Starship Winner Prize. And a quick tangent from BKPC, because here these 4 notes, there is a Bottles bonus puzzle that takes place. The final Bottles bonus puzzle takes place in this room, but there was a very bad oversight in regards to that puzzle. In the way they've made the notes permanent collectibles. If you did the Bottles bonus minigame before coming here and collecting those notes, those 4 notes will become permanently unobtainable. Therefore, you can never get all 900 notes and never get the achievement for it. They did make a patch to fix that issue, thankfully. The unrelated Banjo-free fan game, that's not very good. But yeah, back on BKPC, it had it also had a level which is basically Click Lock Wood, but with holidays instead of seasons. But there's only like 3 holidays in it: Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. And then there was an actual level based off the creator's website. It's the creator's website. Oops. Before finally going into Grunty's lair and killing Grunty. The game also had a sequel called BKPC 2, Jam Jar's Jinx, which was like far more like professionally made. Eden had like completely original worlds. Worlds like a casino world, like an ice cream world, and even a city world. even let you play as multiple characters, including Gruntilda, who had like a fireball attack, and Mumbo, who used an ice attack. And it had like stop and swap compatibility with the first BKPC and a Mr. Pants fan game. Anyway, Nabnut now wants us to collect acorns. One's for him before winter comes. Cause like I known about like the BKPC fan game back when I was on, like back when it like was originally on the Rare Witch Project forums, when when members of the forum like found the fan game and were having a look through it. I know it had a bunch of secret levels as well. The first game had a bunch of secret levels, including levels based off Mayhem Temple and Witchy World from Banjo-Kazooie, as well as Mount Fire Eyes and Fungus Forest. Why are the acorns floating in the air? Again, it could be grunty magic. And he has an acorn right in his house! Plus, there's one more acorn we can get up here. Okay, out we go. Alright, let's give Nabnut our acorns. And he's happy. See you in spring. He goes back in here where he's now happy. And here's the switch for the final season. Here I come, Irie. Let me just get these notes first. And there we go, there's like a total of like 20 caterpillars you can... I think there's like 20 caterpillars total you can get here. Oh yeah, another thing I just remembered about BKPC2, since it basically it had its... Whereas the first game was based off this game, the sequel had its own original plot, which is set in between, like 1 year after this game. So basically in between this game and Tooie. The plot is that Bottles has had enough of Kazooie, so he decides to move out of Spiral Mountain. Then again, Tooie did reveal that he lived in Ginger Village, not Spiral Mountain. But he ends up running into Grunty. He ends up getting kidnapped. Though Grunty claims to have not kidnapped him, and instead he was kidnapped by Captain Backeye. Basically supposed to be Captain Blackeye, but his name was misspelled as Backeye. So you go to his island to rescue Bottles. Well, it turns out Captain Backeye was a robot, and Grunty had led Banjo and Kazooie into a trap. So Banjo and Kazooie chase him back to back to Spiral Mountain. Mumbo attacks Grunty with a spell, and she ends up buried in the original resting place again. I guess they didn't. Was Captain Blackbeard copyrighted or something? Oh no! Oh well. I think we pretty much got everything in autumn anyway. We're good to go. Do I plan to stream Banjo-Kazooie after this? Well, I've been thinking, like, not immediately. I wouldn't immediately go to Banjo-Kazooie because I could, like, play some other game before I do go on to Banjo-Kazooie. Oh, it was in a YouTube video. But yeah, at some point I definitely will do Banjo-Kazooie. But I think I could do another game first before that. Because, like, also, I should also address, Banjo-Kazooie wasn't the only game I wanted to do a restream of. Another game I wanted to restream was Wario Land 4. Because like, one of the very first streams I did was basically Wario Land 4 and Super Hard. Yep, DKC2 is also in plan for in May. For Mint's birthday. Because last year I streamed Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap, the 2017 remake. Because, like, when I do it again, I'll do it on super hard mode again. I should hopefully practice that up a bit more so I can do more efficiently. Alright, although most of the floor is frozen over, there's a hole we can swim into here, but we'll need to be quick because, just like with the oily water in Rusty Buckets Bay, our air drains out at double the speed here. Wow, what a tease. They put an extra life all the way over there. Here we are. Wow. You must really want this if you swam in that freezing water. Like heck I do. So yeah, that's the flavor text if you decide to get the Jiggy in winter. If you've already gotten the Jiggy, he will say he doesn't usually get visitors in winter. So yeah, there's a lot of flavor text going on for Naughty. Alright, hopefully we can get out of the water because I think I drowned here in the original stream. Because, like, as soon as I got up to the oh. Did I forget to get the Jiggy from the flower? Yeah, but I always had to come, like, but then again, if you're going for, then again, you'd have to come to Naughty's house in autumn anyway, because he's got 2 notes. So yeah, time traveled a bit back to the past here to get like to get that flower Jiggy because I completely forgot it. Like the foof I am. Yep, there it is. I actually went the long way round because of those fiddly platforms. I would have thought the fly would have cushioned Banjo's fall. There we go. And now we are really done with autumn. Back to winter. Oh, I think these birds take off double honeycombs just like the chompers. Anyway, here we are, back in winter. Of course, all these Venus bear traps are now dead. Which also means we can finally use that fly pad. And a whole bunch of enemies have returned from Freeze Easy Peak here. Including these jerks. Last Ginger in the game. And by collecting all of every Ginger in this version of the game gives us a gamer pick. And we go to see Mumbo. He's not even here. Screw you. Ouch. And here's the final witch switch, Jiggy. Which makes this Jiggy appear. Funnily enough, with Mumbo not being here, originally there was just going to be a sign that says on vacation. Reddit must have decided to just have a beehive tell you. Yeah. Especially since there are no bees to worry about when it comes to honeycomb, when it comes to beehives. since all the bees have died off for the winter. Oh well. I am invincible! Invincible! Whoopsie. Okay, so bust this open. Already we find Nabnut hibernating with his wife, I think. This is the only time we get to see her. Oh yes, and also the final stop and swap egg, the yellow egg, which also appears in the original version of Tooie, can be found here. Hey Banjo, we found all the stop and swap items. Time to ditch the checklist and stash them away for use in Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's all the stop and swap items. Again, I'm still gonna find it weird how this is placed here. Excuse me, how half of these eggs are just placed in random rooms that you normally visit in game. Whereas, like, for the other 3 eggs, the cyan, blue, and purple eggs are in their own unique rooms. If anything, they should have just probably put this put the yellow egg inside here, this room here. If I can, there we go. If anything, they should have just put the yellow egg in here to make it even more special. Like, move that extra honeycomb into Nabnut's house. Put the yellow egg in here, and then barricade off this area if stop and swap is not active. It would have made that egg even more special. Anyway, that's the very last extra honeycomb piece in the game. Nothing happens when we get the last 6 honeycomb pieces because our max health won't go any higher than 8. It's just for the sake of completion. Nothing else in here, just eggs. Nothing useful. Now, whoever was building this house, they've now barricaded it off. It's kind of like an abandoned house. That honeycomb, I don't know, because it could be, but it's I think it's impossible to get in there in autumn unless somebody has found a way to get up there. They kind of just like depend on you to get up in there in winter with the beak bomb. Irie has become a mighty eagle at last. And he poops out a reward. Kazooie, you do realise that Jiggy just came right out of another bird's poop chute, right? Oh, you're gonna replay this game soon? Like, that Jiggy just came right out of another bird's poop chute, and Kazooie just swallowed it. Anyway, that's every single note in the game. Again, nothing useful here since we already got the Jiggy. And we got everything in Click Clock Wood in about 1 hour. Ah, you're on a laptop. Oh, shucks. I'm using a desktop computer which I've had like a gaming computer which I've had like since for like 5 years now, because I got this back in like October 2013, and like since then I've like the upgrades I've done to it since then is like replaced the I've replaced the like power supply unit with a more powerful, like with a with a more like with a higher voltage, with a power supply with a higher max voltage, that the computer can easily run with, and I've replaced the 500GB hard drive. I've replaced the 500GB hard drive with a and then I think that was like yeah, I replaced the power supply unit last April, all after the old one blew up. The first upgrade was I installed a solid state drive like back as far back as like December 2017. That was the first actual upgrade I did to this computer. The second was the power supply unit, and the third was like I replaced which just around this Christmas I got a 2TB hard drive to replace the 500GB one, so I have lots more space to work with. I suppose you could get away with just doing a ROM of the game if you use the correct settings. Anyway, we need to become a bee again for the final Jiggy. Well, you can go up to these branches here as a bee, there's nothing useful up here. There we go. The final Jiggy in the entire game. Also, in terms of Mondo tokens, I'm pretty sure there's like 700, there's like 100 of those. Like, if you want to go for super duper 100% completion, feel free to get those as well. But I think all that matters are Jiggy's notes and extra honeycombs. Anyway, we've done everything we needed to do, but unless you want me to show off the Bottles bonus minigame. Because apart from everything, we've pretty much gotten everything we need. So we can just go straight to the end game now. Here we go. Tootie is just up ahead. So if you want me to go down to do bottles bonus, I could... Yeah, I might as well just show it off, because like, I have plenty of time since I split the whole thing into 2 streams instead of just one big stream. You made a ROM hack of this where you only play Furnace Fun. Oh my. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna show off one. I'm just going to show off one of the Jigsaw bonuses. Which means we have to go all the way back to the very beginning of the game. We go up to this picture. There we go. You found my secret moving picture game. Use the left stick to move Banjo's hand, A to pick up and put down pieces, X to return them to the side, right stick to rotate them. Press start to give up. Oh my, you can only play Furnace Fun. Grunty's true strategy. There we go. Listen carefully and I'll tell you. Bottles bonus 1. There are 6 more levels, but I only just wanted to show off the first level. Oh boy, good luck with the grunty answers. Also, to my knowledge, I know in the original N64 game, these bottles bonus cheats do not save. So once you turn off the game, bottles bonus resets. I don't know about this version now. I suppose I could also show off the code and who we just got. Which means one more trip to Treasure Trove Cove for real this time. K. B. O. T. L. S. E. Big head mode! It's fucking dumb. So Banjo now has a big head. Do you want me to keep this, or should I just reset it back to normal? Actually, DK mode is like another cheater. Alright. Change back. Okay, no bonus. There we go, our head's reset, back to normal. Not to mention, Banjo's head actually gets all squishy under these effects. The other cheats are Bottles Bonus 2, which gives Banjo big hands and feet. Bottles Bonus 3 makes Kazooie big. Bottles Bonus 4 gives Banjo a beanpole body and makes his head tiny. Bottles Bonus 5 is Beanpole Banjo with big hands and feet. Big Bottles Bonus is basically Bottles Bonus 1, 2, and 3 active at the same time. And then there's Wishy Washy Banjo, which basically turns Banjo into the washing machine. Do that though, Mumbo actually calls you out for it. Telling you that you've used very bad magic. This doesn't like change anything else with Mumbo though. Anyway, now that we've just shown off that silly Easter egg, washing machine percent, let's go on to the end game. It's showtime!
Welcome all, Grunty's the name. Banjo's here to play my game. My lair is done and here he stands, through all my tricks and traps and lands. This final test will see me win. When Banjo fails, then I'll be thin. The prizes on this stand bring joy, from Tootsie down to Cuddly Toy. My little quiz will make you sweat, and Tootsie you shall never get. Cause somewhere soon along the way, your lack of skill will make my day. Cause in the fiery pits you'll go, and I will win the prize and show. So step on over to the square, press A to tract if you're there.
Before we do, walk back here to activate this yellow warp cauldron. Complete the video game as the washing machine. Anyway, let's move on. Blue squares.
A little answer's all I seek about this game, you furry geek.
So these are just general questions. Treasure trove's got a treasure hunt. How many X's? I think there's 1, 2, 3, at least 6. Yes.
A lucky guess, you got it right.
Alright, the orange squares with an eye on them. They're visual questions.
See the picture on my screen. You know where you have been.
Now that's a freeze easy. That's freeze easy peek. Easy. Alright, honeycomb.
Energy that you have found won't stop me making Tootsie round.
On Mumbo's mountain surrounded by sea. There's a Ginger. What colour is he? I think he was blue. Yep. Green squares with a musical note on them. It's an audio question. There's this dumb voice. That sounds like a Jinjo's voice. Alright, show off these purple squares with Grunty's face on them. This is where Brentilda comes to play. All the secrets she tells you about Grunty are the answers for this. And the answers change every time you start a new file. I'm quite a mess. What do I hide under her address? It's a flea circus. But yeah, these two are the other possible answers.
That's a secret! How did you know? Did my sister tell you so?
Okay, these white squares, just one chance to get this right. We're the Joker and help it might. Above the sand you see it glide. In Gobi's Valley, what's the ride? A magic carpet, a magic genie, a magic taxi cab. Trunker knows the correct answer. And we get ourselves 2 Joker cards.
Each Joker card that you have got will skip one question. That's your lot. Press X to use it, you very little cheat. When on a square, you get cold feet.
And these are the big boys, the red skull squares. Get this question. Well, getting the question wrong would cause you to take damage. Getting one of these wrong kills you. These easy bears are rather sad. What can you find to make them glad? Woolly hats. Woolly mammoths.
An extra life, I do not care. It will not help you, Scruffy Bear.
We'll go this way. In Bubblegloop's swamp, there's no doubt. Which of these is the odd one out? We have not seen any green frogs. Alright, pink squares of a clock.
Prepare yourself to take a whack. Pick this test, you won't come back.
These are not questions, but instead we have to complete another challenge. Little stings that make a bear shout. Whack them all before time's out. Can we do this without Wonder Wing? There we go. That is just one of the challenges we will come across.
See the picture on my screen. Do you know where you have been?
This is Clunker's cabin. Alright. What's the prize in the cactus? A piece of sponge cake. Thanks for making me hungry. Audio question. It's Gobi's Valley. Gobi's Peak. Oh boy. In Mumbo's village in the middle, which tall object solves this riddle? Juju the totem pole. Okay, because of all those spells I learned, Room at school was my best friend. Her best friend. What is it? Fatty Hattie. The Sweaty Betty. See the picture on my screen. That That's Rusty Bucket Bay. Listen carefully to this tune. It's another music question. The world I had just come myself to show off a cheat. Treasure Bucket Bay. Alright, another challenge. Yep, looks like we're doing Boss Boombox for real. No cheesing it this time. Look at his face every time that I hit them. There we go. I know Super Mario Sunshine kind of had a boss like that called Phanta Manta. Pick the one that's true today. The engine room has 4 clogs. The ship has 3 funnels. I think it's this one. Yep. Alright, on Treasure Trove there is a boat. What's its name? It doesn't float. The Wobbly Whale, the Sultan, the Sweaty Rhino. How dare you look? Stop that stare. I found out about this one in this session. Spotty Purple. Streaky Brown would imply something. Actually, this... let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can do this. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I need to stand here. There we go, get this right. Okay, here we go. What was my first boyfriend's name? Oh, Undead Ed. I was kind of close. Yes! There you go. Fuck your quiz show. Fuck your quiz game. So yeah, that is the skip. Come on, let's go home, Tootie. Yeah, that's the first fun skip. If you do this skip, you skip the credits, and you can just go straight on to the final fight. And we activate this warp cauldron back here. Yeah, you can actually do this to completely skip the credits and go straight to the final fight. Yeah. But we're gonna do this properly. I just wanted to show off the glitch. Gobi's camel's on vacation. What's he got at his third location? There we go. I only did that glitch to show you can do it, even on the Xbox version. If you know this, please don't shout. Inklunger's Cavern, the odd one out. Hammer! It's the Christmas one. Oh, it's ice and easy. Oh wait, that's in that one fine game. What's in the cellar isn't there. Feathers. By the way, the questions you guess off the white and red squares are random ones from they're either from the blue, green, orange, or purple squares. Oh, I showed off the Furnace Fun skip. Basically, where you go to a certain I wasn't paying attention. Gets more wrong. Yes, that's the way. Wait, was it what you just missed, Hydro? Was that I did the Furnace Fun skip, where, like, if you position yourself on a certain death square and you get the question wrong, you can skip the quiz, skip the credits, and go straight to the final fight.
Oh?
ZZ's igloo isn't square. I think it's 5 because I think it tries to trick you with Banjo being a bear himself. Yep, I did the skip. Oh no. It's this one. Not only do you have to remember a long sequence, but you're on a time limit. Oh my god, this game's actually lagging. Yeah, I'm not doing this. Because, like, I've completely forgotten where to go next. I think it was this one next. Oh! I did it! Okay, I'll take it. Is it this? Now let me think. Favorite drink? Oh yeah, I need to close this. Oh, cold worm. Smoothie elephant sweat. I remember now. Yeah, I'm gonna use a joker here. You can go back onto the space if you and actually try the question if you really wanted to. Yeah, the time challenges are pretty much the worst ones, even if you know all the questions. What was tough for you to get past? Rotating merry-go-round. This is Gobi's Valley. Across the sky, I love to glide. Your broomstick is a Rough Rider Deluxe. Here's a character from the game. Do you know the dumb thing's name? It's Gobi! The camel who had to face our abuse. Gumby. Dimbo. What a bunch of jokers. Banjo stupid, Grunty's cool. What was my name at which school? I think it was Cauldron Butt. Yep. See the picture on my screen. This is the organ from Mad Monster Mansion. Skip this one. Which world's it from? It's Treasure Trove Cove again. She can also ask you questions about what like to identify a sound effect. And we're doing Boss Boombox again. Oh. Oh. There we go. What's the squirrel doing in spring? Looking for the bee. Eating his nuts. That can be taken out of context. Do you know where you have been? This is Rusty Bucket's Bay. The answer is already highlighted. What would I have for dessert? A dessert? Cockroaches and cream. The moat it fills, a horde of mummies. Guess this right or you may lose. What's the only colour I choose? A gruesome green. That's Waz's voice. Yeah, one of the challenges is the Mr. Val minigame. God forbid we get that. Let's take our chances. It is! Bugger me backwards of a bike. Fortunately, we can actually use the running shoes this time. Also, I think this is also harder because it rotates faster. Last time I did this challenge, I did this without without the running shoes. First try and all too. So far, so good. Got it. Fuck you, Mr. Val. You can't win, I've been assured. Oh, God, no. Oh, heck. Oh, lucky guess. Skip. Do this one. We didn't wash, there was no pool. You went to... I think a Fat Hag High. Yep. And... skip! No
one can win. I was assured by the makers of this board. It's not fair. I want to win. How I long to be real Finn. Now you can take the prize on show. While up the winding stairs, I'll go. You won't catch me, I've made sure. On the credits you'll now endure.
And off she goes. Oh, we can actually see the camera's clipping through the wall. Another problem, like making standard resolution games widescreen, because I know Sonic Adventure 2 also had that sort of thing, even with some of its cutscenes. Kazooie! So yeah, we've won the game. We've rescued Tooty. We've won the game. Spoiler warning, she will not come back again, ever. The rubbish video game police took her away. So here are the credits. As well as the cast of characters. Big clucker. Yep, because that was like a thing of like Rare Scribes, because they like answered like fan letters, and I think in one of them someone asked what happened to Tooty after this game. They answered that that the rubbish video game characters please haul her off. Because all she was for this game was just simply for she was basically a plot. She's nothing more than a plot device for this game. She's just there for to give Banjo something to like a motivation for going on this adventure, and the motivation for Grunty to do her evil things. Also, going into the voice, those audio questions in Furnace Fun, one of the like if the voice question actually involves Clanker's voice, one of the answers will be Cranky Kong. Not sure if it's still in this version though. Big noisemaker, Grant Clanker Kirkhope. And also, if the voice in question ends up being Grunty's own voice, she will not say which character has this dumb voice. She will actually call it which character has this cool voice, because knowing Grunty, she will never make fun of her own voice. Wait, Banjo's voice slowed way down? Well, if everyone must know this, but like I didn't even know about. I wasn't even aware of that. Strange noisemakers. Evelyn Fisher, I know who's done who did the soundtrack for the SNES version of Donkey Kong Country 3, as well as some of the songs in Donkey Kong 64. Yeah, I had no idea that his voice was that it was Banjo's voice slowed down. There's Howard Lincoln, who was originally the president of Nintendo of America during the 80s and 90s. Because I know he tried to get like an edutainment series going through Kickstarter, and even had Matthew Taranto from Raw and the Family to create some comics for the Kickstarter, but unfortunately it didn't meet the goal. And now the credits have been, in this version, have been extended to include the credits for 4J Studios, who ported the game for the Xbox 360. And because the credits are longer, we now loop past Snap-Nuts and go back to Gruntilda. Ah, interesting. rare additional keyboard tapping. And they call this the new shinier version. Correct, multi males. On the fly in normal play. It's kind of like one of those like tricks they often do when they slow down and speed up certain songs in certain places in various other games. But when you actually play the sound files themselves, like back into the files, or just check the game's directories, and it plays at a different speed than what you're used to hearing in game. Like some of the songs in Undertale, for example, because like for example, Death by Glamour plays at a slower speed than it does in the OST and in the games and in the like OGD files themselves. Microsoft's chief free player. I forgot how long the Xbox version credits are, but I think we still see that extra scene with Banjo and Kazooie at the end. Cat herders. Apparently they had to round up some cats for this port. Augie the bad parents. Also, is it me or is that W just an upside down M? Free players with a cheese topping. Lovely. Additional localization on this shinier version. I can't remember how long these credits are. Japanese crafting. Because I know in the N64 version they're long enough to just go right up to Nabnuts. Oh, there we go. There's the end of the credits. We finished with Logo for some reason. The Xbox logos, trademarks of the Microsoft group of companies. Oh, right, it skips the Banjo and Kazooie scene. Because the original game had, right after Nabnut, we just go to a scene which shows Banjo running home from Grunty's lair, and Kazooie tells him to kill a topper on the way. And then Bottles is like, let's have a barbecue party.
What's the party for? Auntie got away, so get back up there and finish the job.
Also, the flowers are creeping through the trees. Well, we're still not done with the game. We still got the final fight. And the game was fortunate enough to put us back here. You can even actually go back to the quiz game and get all those extra lives. Also, you can fall off into the lava yourself like a doofus. So that's a fourth bottomless pit in the game. Because, like, the fourth and final one is at the final fight.
will tell you, and you'll know when my boot swings to and fro.
Note door number 8, which needs a whopping 810 notes. Yep, that's why Tooty was taken away. Before we check out that, let's look in here. There we go. Here's the machine which Grunty was going to have a beauty extracted from Tooty, sucked right out of Tooty, with Klungo operating the machine. And this door here, I remember there was like a one stop and swap theory had like a faked up screen here where there was no door here. You walk into it. Grunty says it really does sound quite absurd. A parrot helps a bear and bird. Anyway, here is like one more jigsaw puzzle for the road. It's not over, stupid.
It's not over, stupid bear. See my picture over there.
To fill it up is no mean feat. Lots of jiggies make it complete. Alright, you need at least 25 jiggies to complete this.
I'm sad to say down there you'll stop, because I'm safe here at the top.
Combined with all the other jiggies in the game aimed that we needed to unlock the other worlds, this one needed to collect a total of like 94 out of 100 jiggies. Here we are. We meet Dingpot. Visitors for Dingpot. I like visitors.
It's a wonder you get any sewer bread.
What does strange birdie think we She said that we're looking for Gruntilda. Do you know where she is? Sure do. Oh, Mr. Bear, Grunty's awful, you know. She was sick of me early on. Get rid of her, I'll be free.
Don't be sure, you silly pot. Soon I'll have you nice and hot. See these filthy gloves I got? When I won, you'll wash the lot.
Don't worry, Dingbot. We'll sort her out if you can find us a way up there. No problem, just splash on the north front to the top.
Jump in that? No way, Dungbox.
Come on, Kazooie, you got a chance to peck a witch's butt. Let's go. Before we do, though, there's 4 other note doors in here. Note door number 9, 828 notes, gives us this giant blue egg, which completely refills all of our eggs. Note door number 10, 846 notes, a giant red feather to replenish our red feather supply. Note door number 11, 864, a giant golden feather to replenish our golden feather supply. And the very final note door in the game, 882 notes. This one leads to another picture, which only requires 4 pieces to complete. That gives us red honeycombs. Basically, we now have double health for the final showdown. Did I tell you she puked in me? Yeah, you just told us, mate. So yes, we have red honeycomb pieces, which means we have 16 hit points for the final fight. Here we go. The main event.
Right up here, it's so unfair. But now the stupid bear must fight. This battle tests your skill and might.
Yeah, they only end up with 2 jiggies left. They're just kind of just like left over. Alright, phase 1. She flies in the broom trying to attack us. Just move out of the way and peck her when her broom goes forward. Also, you can hear a bit of Rusty Bucket Bay in this music. Right. Oh, she's doing it again. Yes! That's the end of phase 1. She's going to use a homing spell. You have to use Wonder Wing for this. We'll save that honeycomb for... Alright, phase 2. Fortunately, you can save the honeycombs for if you've taken damage, because because honeycombs in this game won't despawn after a while. Oops. You can dodge at the last second. Ah. Yeah, because I imagined it'd still be possible to actually dodge it without having to use Wonder Wing. Which is really good to know if you run out of gold feathers. But of course, the game gives you new supplies in the arena, and these eggs and feathers will respawn. See? There we go, his webs to get one shot in at least.
Off for flying,
Right, use this fly pad. Also, I should also point out, whoops, because like each like hit you get, because like all these different parts of the fight have multiple different flavor texts for even stuff that you only see once. Because bottles can have a different say a different phrase when the fly pad appears for phase 3. Because here we have to take the disguise, and our only method of attack is the awkward to use Beak Bomb. I'm glad they changed up the Beak Bomb for the next game to make it easier to use. There you go. Oh, this is the end of the 3rd phase. She now has a protective shield. You can do nothing about. Fortunately, the Injos are here to help us.
So your little furry friends, come here to show your Pizzarin!
Now we need to feed them eggs to these statues.
Oh, those nasty pointy beaks are causing swelling on my cheeks.
Yeah, she starts getting clever with her shots by aiming where you're going to go. Yeah. Oh, I'm taking too many hits. And we destroyed her broom.
Useless broomsticks I can't stand. It's left me stranded back on.
Another thing she can also say is, thought you had me beat, but look, I landed on my feet. Alright, this is where she starts going nuts with her spells. She'll toss 4 fireballs and the homing spell. Here comes the mighty Gingernator. Here we go. Alright, one more. I did it! I beat the game 100%. Now let's just watch the Gingernator deliver the final blow. Will Grunty take down the stream again this time? Because the last time I did this, the stream cuts out just after the final blow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10.
Before I go, I've got this to share.
A spell completely misses, and it wasn't powerful enough to take down the stream. Not. This is where the stream died. Not this time, Grunty. One of only 2 times in the game where she doesn't make a rhyme.
Grunty's right, there should not be. So hurry, Clunko. Rescue me.
Thanks to that high increased performance, there's no internet cutting spells. I have achieved complete redemption. And now we get to chill out on the beach. And there's a woman with really big melons. Woohoo! So basically, that woman carrying the lemons, that was like the melons. That was like Rare's way of getting around like the filter, like Nintendo's policies or something. So, cause like they want to slip in a secret adult joke like they always do.
Thanks, Goggles. You're not so tough after all.
That's enough, Kazooie. Let's all watch the cast list now. So yeah, now they're just gonna show the characters who weren't shown off in the credits. Starting from the pot. While it's going through here, I still it's like 20 years since this game came out. More than 20 years since this game came out. Even though a lot of the stuff, what this game had is now considered archaic in this, like what would now be considered an archaic design, especially with what went on with what Ukulele had to face. I still like this game. I still really adore Banjo-Kazooie. Because yeah, like modern games, nowadays, like Super Mario Odyssey, have done what this game did far better. But this game still, I still hold this game closer to my heart. Yum yums. obviously, people did want these sorts of games to come back, obviously, which is why we got not just Yooka-Laylee, but also A Hat in Time, and also Super Mario Odyssey. Snacker. Gloop. So this game, I still hold this game aimed close to my heart. There we go. Grill Chompers. Spelt with an A. Yeah, back in back in the 90s, this game, Super Mario 64 was the textbook example of a 3D platformer, which is now aged aged far worse than this game, because basically Mario 64 codified it, Banjo-Kazooie perfected it for the 90s at least, because we, as I said, we did get late collectathon games, more modernized attempts like Mario Odyssey. Of course, the golden claptraps. Although Banjo-Tooie, a lot of people don't, and I know people don't like Banjo-Tooie as much as this game. I like them both I like both games. Oh yes, the ice cubes with the rather unfortunate name. The ice cubes with the unfortunate name. But yeah, a lot of people yeah, because like a lot of people didn't exactly enjoy some people didn't enjoy Banjo-Tooie as much as this one. I still really like both games. I just prefer this game because it's more condensed and can be done in 7 hours. Because it's much more condensed. But Tooie is a different beast altogether. And yep, all those moons you can get in Mario Odyssey, you can just keep on going. You don't get kicked out of the level. Mario catching up. Basically, Mario did what Banjo-Kazooie did, but Mario Odyssey did Banjo-Kazooie did, but more modernized. Nibbly. Boombox. What about, well, what little I've played of Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, it's an alright game on its own. It's actually quite an alright game on its own. And, well, it's actually quite an alright, well-designed game on its own. It just didn't really make for a good Banjo successor. It really just didn't make for a good Banjo sequel. Oh, Snare Bear. I thought they were called Venus Bear Traps. Big Clucker. And finally, Cheeto. So anyway, let's see Mumbo's secret pictures. So basically, this is basically the reward you would get if you get all 100 jiggies. We're going to be in another game. Did you get all 100 jigsaw pieces? We sure did. So yeah, Mumbo's now going to show us the pictures of the stop and swap items we already collected on our adventure. Except here, he's now mentioning Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts instead, whereas in the original he mentioned Banjo-Tooie. Also the melon lady just clipped in there. Also, Kazooie would have mentioned, why isn't it called Banjo-Kazooie Tooie? And the joke doesn't really make sense anymore, besides nuts and bolts. Anyway, here we are. A secret cave. Yep, I already climbed up this tower in the during the first session. Oh, he failed. He failed to make it up to the top. We don't even get to see the egg. Oh, there we go. Screen burning reduction. We don't get to see the egg. Yeah, they didn't re-record these cutscenes, these demo sequences properly, so they didn't get to see the pink egg. Yep, Kazooie's got good plans for that ice key. Yeah, they didn't redo the cutscenes for this. Yeah, it's the blue egg. Okay. But yeah, as I went over in the last stream, if you have all these items, you just get bonus parts and nuts and bolts. And you can also use these items in Banjo-Tooie. Basically, having a save file from either Banjo-Tooie, nuts and bolts, or the nuts and bolts demo will unlock the stop and swap items. So yeah, he's going to be at that rock for 2 years.
Oh, the jiggies you dead snatch. But I'll be back for my rematch.
And we get a game over instead of the end, for some reason. I don't know why they changed this one. Guess it doesn't really matter anyway. But yeah, that's it. That's the end of Banjo-Kazooie. Definitely, it was definitely really good to be able to do a much better version of this playthrough here again. So, especially who knows what I might do for like next time in another stream, because I could do yep, he still won. Because I could do Thingy again, like I could do Wario Land 4 Super Hard Mode again, but I could also do some other games. Like, maybe I could do an RPG. I once did Pokemon Leaf Green, but I was thinking maybe I've like one of the Paper Mario games I could do. Maybe some other game I could like pick out from my library. Who knows for sure. Anyway, now that's done, I'm gonna end things off with a raid. We decided on a hashtag earlier, which is I think hashtag Chomper Food or Chomper Base, whichever one you want. Let me just type it up. Probably Chomper Food. Yeah, probably Chomper Food. You can use Chomper Base if you want. Anyway, who do we raid? Is the guy who's playing Donkey Kong Country DKC? Hey Mint, is the guy doing DKC 2? Is he still streaming? What was his name again? Because if they still are, all right. What was his name again? All right, 3-letter Max. Yes, he's still streaming. So yes, we are going to raid 3-letter Max. So with that said, there we go. Okay, we are going to read. With that said, thank you for joining me, and take.